I am finally back with my Pothos collection. Hey, it's Sheyen again, and I am back at you with my Pothos collection and a little bit of care tips and, just some care tips on how to take care of your Pothos. They are one of my top favorite kind of plants to have and take care of. They're really easy and really pretty low maintenance and don't need too much, and they just flourish wherever I put them. So today I'll be showing you what I have in my collection, and we'll just go from there. And then towards the end I will have care tips on what I do and how I take care of my pothos to make sure that they're happy and thriving. So stay tuned. So first, I'm gonna start off with my golden pothos, which is actually hanging right up here. So this is my golden pothos. This is the golden pothos, and she is one of two that I have in my house right now. I just brought her outside to show you guys that she is part of my collection. Right now, since she is inside, she doesn't have that much of the golden variegation on her. She looks pretty green all around, but every now and then she'll have a leaf that pops up like this one with a little bit of variegation. Very little. But with more sun, this guy will have a lot of variegation, but she's really happy. And again, she's one of two that I have in my kitchen inside the house. They're the only two that are in the house right now. Otherwise, all my other plants are outside in my sunroom. I'm debating if I want to bring them outside, but these guys have lived inside for so long, like ever since I remember growing up here. We've always had them. So I don't know if I want to move them outside or not, but I might. But she will be chilling up here with us today. And then moving on, I will show you my two little, I believe this is the pearls and jade pothos. So here's one of them, and she's starting to trail. So she looks like. So this is the pearls and jade, and then here's the second one. This one's a little more bushy, but she's also starting to trail as well. That variegation is so pretty. And I got these two at my local Lowe's on clearance. So I did nurse them back. They were pretty sad looking when I first got them. I got them for only $1 each. If it'll catch, but that's $1. The clearance sticker. This is how they look like. I love that they're both slowly starting to trail now. Alright, so those are my two pearls and jade. Next I'll be showing my two marble queen. Now this is also one that I got rescued from Lowe's. She is doing really well. She's so pretty. Just focus you guys really quick. Okay, there you go. And just look at that white. Like, this one's almost all pure white with some speckle of green. So is this one. She's been really happy being outside. This is the first one that I got. As you can see, she's in a pretty big pot, but she's slowly starting to trail a little bit here, just really little. But I'm really happy that she's happy. That's how she looks like. And then my other one is this one here. This is my other marble queen pothos. I just absolutely love this one. Just look at this leaf. It's like perfect half and half with a little bit of marbling here, and this leaf up here. This leaf, like, that is so stunning. And then here's this really almost all white leaf with green. I also rescued this guy from Lowe's. A lot of my pothos I got from Lowe's, so in case you're wondering, most of them are from Lowe's, and I just rescue them and nurse them back to healthy, luscious plants like this. Alright, so those are my two marble queen. Kind of sticking with the more colored, more variegated ones. Here is my big old bushy Manjula Pothos. I don't know how you guys pronounce it. I pronounce it Manjula. I've heard it called Manhula as well. But let me know how you pronounce it. I personally like calling it Manjula. But she's so pretty. So this, I believe, is a cross between the marble queen here and the pearls and jade. So it's a cross between those two. That's why some leaves you look at, like, let me try to pick out a leaf, the pretty leaf, like this leaf. If you can see, it has that speckled green and white like the marble queen, but then on the edges it has the nice almost solid color of the pearls and jade color pothos. So this one, it's also trailing like crazy. So this is my Manjula. Let me give you a better look because she's so big. And that's her. I'm gonna set it right in front here. And then this beauty. This is my neon pothos. She is, as you can see, trailing like crazy and bushy, bushy, bushy. She's very bushy. And if you look closely, I did pin her down when she trailed a lot longer. But I pinned her down with some bobby pins in hopes that her aerial roots would just grow into the soil to make her look more bushy. So that's the reason why I kind of pinned her in a circle. I was trying to pin this one down, but she's kind of rebelling, so I think I might just let her slide. But this guy is also really gorgeous, really pretty, really bushy and big. This is the satin pothos. So it's the satin, also I think it's also known as the silvery Ann pothos. I believe they're the same plant, but this one's the satin or silvery Ann. Let me know if I'm correct or if I'm wrong. I believe they are the same thing though. This is how she looks like. She's also really big and bushy and trailing. Her two trails. And let me just show you guys. They're very pretty. She's also loving the sunroom a lot. She is gorgeous. Let me see if I can make the brightness. There you go. There, you can see her a little better. That's how she looks like. I am filming outside and it just got super cloudy, so I'm trying to work with the light that I have. But that is her two trails. Really big girl. Alright. And last but not least, you can probably see him back here behind the satin. I have my nice Cebu blue pothos. Now this guy has been growing wonderfully for me. He has a really long trail, as you can see here. And he is a very bushy. And I absolutely love how he looks. So let me just give you guys a spin of how he looks. Let's see that blue. That's a little dried up leaf. And his long trail. Ooh, touching the top. But this guy I also rescued. This is just an older leaf that's gonna die soon. But I also rescued this guy from my local Lowe's. I got him for $1. I rescued him about a year ago, and he's just been thriving for me. He's loving life. He especially loves being outside in the sunroom, along with all my other Pothos, obviously. But he especially just loves being out here and has grown so much since being out here the last 2 months or so. And you know, he's just happy and thriving. Alright, so those are all of my Pothos in my collection. And I only have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 types of Pothos right now. I am always on the lookout for new Pothos or one that I don't already have. So I'm always keeping an eye out for Pothos and Philodendrons. They are my top two favorite types of plants to have. And yeah, let me go through a few tips and tricks on how to keep, you know, how I keep my Pothos happy and thriving. Say they're low light lovers. They can tolerate low light. So they tolerate low light. They do best in, I would say, about low to medium light. My Pothos I keep in the sunroom, so they get roughly about medium to high indirect light, and they love it. So obviously, if you could give them, you know, like medium to indirect light, they will love it. They'll thrive. They'll be nice and bushy and growing a lot for you. But if you can't, they will do okay in low light situations. But for sure, the variegated ones like the Marble Queen, the Manjula, and even the pearls and jade, they would do best in medium to high indirect light, whereas the satin, the darker colored leaves like the satin, the sea blue, and especially the golden Pothos will, you know, tolerate lower light, as well as the neon. I do notice that with lower light, they turn back into their original jade, just the jade all green color. I've noticed that with, for sure, my Manjula, also with my Marble Queen. I also noticed that because their variegation would be more cream instead of white, or they'll just have more of the green in them rather than the variegated, you know, white. But yeah, and also with the neon, I also noticed that with the neon, you can kind of see it on this guy. Some of the leaves are very, very neon. Like the newer growths are very, very neon, and then the older growths are a little more of a light green. This is also due because it doesn't have that much light, so for sure they do like having nice in bright indirect light to really just have that pop of color. And then these guys I water about maybe once a week, especially because they're in the sunroom, so it's pretty hot out here. It gets pretty hot and humid here now in Minnesota. Minneapolis, we've been in the really high, like 80s. Okay, so this is the humidity right now. It's about 67 humidity, and right now temperature is about 79. It was about 82 or 84 earlier when the sun was out. But yeah, they absolutely are thriving out here. So I only water them about once a week. Sometimes I'll go roughly about a week and a half. As I go, it'll be about 10 days without watering them, and they still do okay. They'll get pretty dry, but they'll still have a bit of a wet texture to them, so they stay pretty moist because of the heat. They are toxic to animals. They are toxic to dogs and cats. They're also toxic to humans. So make sure that your animals don't eat it, and any little kids don't eat it or accidentally ingest it in any way. If they have, some way you'll know is they'll get oral irritation, so their mouth may be like irritated, itching, could be swollen. They could, you know, your animals may be vomiting. They may not want to eat. And they may be pawing a lot at their mouths, and they can get upset stomachs. And same thing with kids and humans, that could also happen. They're really easy to care for. I mean, give them the right amount of light and water them at least once a week, and they're happy. They're so easy. They are, you know, one of my top beginner plants that I would recommend for a beginner. So yeah, they're really easy to care for. Any additional tips or tricks, I will list them all on the screen for you guys. Otherwise, they're really nice and easy to take care of. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's really quick and very kind of all over the place. I'm just so crazy busy all the time nowadays, especially because it's summer and there's always something going on in the weekends or the weekdays. I'm working, and then something's always going on in the weekends, and I'm just trying to cram in videos that I can for you guys and still keep it, you know, quality wise still good. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will do some up close shots of all my pothos for you guys. A wonderful day, and I hope you guys had a wonderful July 4th. It was yesterday. I didn't do much for July 4th at all. I stayed home with all my dogs because one of my dogs, Iris, is really scared and terrified of fireworks, and then William, he doesn't mind it too much, but I did notice that yesterday when I took him out during the day and people were just shooting fireworks, I did notice that he was pretty scared as well. Chloe is the only one who didn't really care. Her and William would bark at the fireworks that pop, but other than that, they're both okay. Iris is my little scaredy cat that I always have to be with and make sure she's okay, because she will run away if, you know, if I didn't keep an eye on her. But I hope you guys had a wonderful 4th and that it was fun. And I just hope you guys have a wonderful weekend as well. And remember, always enjoy the moment and have a beautiful and wonderful day. Bye.